gonna see how this thing accelerates. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing a Mercedes AMG CLA 35. First and foremost, so a huge shout out and thank you to the National GMC here in American for giving me some time with this AMG. Check for the inventory in the description down below. They sell the new GMC product, but then also a ton of cool pre-owned vehicles as well. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below as well. Let's get into the video. Under the hood, we have a turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder that goes through a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission. Power outputs are 302 horsepower at 5,800 RPMs, and then 295 pound-feet of torque at 3,000 RPMs. And I love how it says AMG, and then you got the red accenting as well. It's pretty cool. Now let's go over the front end of the CLA. So first off, you can see we've got the Mercedes logo there at the top. Now this particular one has white paint, so the body lines are pretty hidden there on the hood, but they still look great. And then coming down below, you can see the daytime running lights with the headlights. The headlights are super bright, if you guys are wondering. You've got the AMG logo there. It's kind of like off to the side, which is interesting. And then we have our gigantic Mercedes logo. We do have parking sensors integrated here into the front end as well. A lot of this venting is actually closed off because, well, the engine doesn't need that much airflow, but, right, they leave it for like aesthetic purposes, right? So yeah, anyways, there's the front end. Coming on the side here, I've got two 45mm tires wrapped around 19-inch wheels in the front and over in the rear as well. And notice how we've got that like silver ring on the outside, and then the rest of the wheel is actually like, it looks like a satin black, kind of, might be a matte black though actually. Regardless, it looks fantastic. And then you've got your AMG brake caliper right there in silver. We have our Turbo 4MATIC badge. Notice the mirrors are blacked out. All the trim around the windows is also blacked out, and the trim there at the top. And obviously it's got a sunroof. But there's your full side view. Now here's our key fob, which actually has a pretty cool case on it. Notice we got our lock function unlocked, and then the opening here for the trunk, and then you can see the AMG logo right there. So if we hold that down, that'll pop right open. And then you can see here from a storage space perspective, super solid. And then underneath, you can see everything that's happening down there. Now they put quite a bit back here just for weight distribution purposes. Again, this is a sporty car. And there you go. Finishing things up with the rest of the rear, you can see here with the taillights, pretty cool design overall. You got your AMG logo, CLA 35, and then I love the shape of the exhaust tips here at the back. And then also the diffuser definitely just has an aggressive appearance overall. I think it looks great. Parking sensors there on the back, and also you guys can see the low profile spoiler. Now here's the door panel in the rear. You can see with the stitching here at the top, and then notice the red leather down below. I think it looks fantastic with the two-tone design. And then same thing with these seats. Really cool in terms of the design, and then again that two-tone design looks fantastic. Now I think this is the biggest difference between this and the A-Class. I just reviewed an A35 AMG the other day, and I looked at like the legroom back here. It seems like it's pretty cramped in the CLA. So yeah, anyways, we got some vents here. We of course have our cup holder armrest situation with the over-engineered cup holders, which yes, pretty interesting. And well, there you go. Now here is the front door panel. Again, you can see with the leather at the top and then the red leather down below. All of our window controls, the mirrors do power fold in. We've got memory seats, our seat adjustments right here, heated and cooled seats. And then we do have blind spot monitoring for the mirror. And then here are the front seats, which again have a really cool aesthetic to them. Notice perforated leather there in the center, and then also on the sides of the bolsters, which looks fantastic. Sorry about my shadow there getting in the way. Do have lumbar support, and then look at the pedals. Those are really nice. Got our light controls just up above, and then you can see the paddles there on the back. Let's pop in. Now here is the steering wheel in the CLAs. You guys can see really nice leather here at the top and at the bottom as well. Notice we got our AMG logo right there. We've got the AMG paddle shifters here on the back. This is the controls for the center stack. This is for the infotainment system on the other side, and then you get your cruise control, and then like your volume, voice command controls, all of that. Notice the leather's perforated here on the sides to get a better grip. We have like the coolest drive mode select in the car industry. It's just Such a cool thing being on the steering wheel. And then you have like this multiple select thing. So there's multiple screens. Sorry, my fingers are super white, I suppose. And so the camera just like dies when I put my finger in front of the lens. But notice how you can go through these different menus. And then once you press that, then you can press that to change once you are in that menu. So yeah, really customizable, absolutely awesome. Got your turn signal, windshield wiper stock. You've got the column shifter. There you go. Now we have this full digital gauge cluster here with the CLA, which I think is awesome. Look at the MPG, 29.8. That is fantastic for a performance car, if you ask me. Now again, you got the little black box, which we can scroll through different menus here in the center to kind of change how this looks and what shows on the center screen. And then if we press the home button, then it lets you scroll through all these different menus that are identical to what you have in the infotainment system. So that's the cool thing about Mercedes is you got a bunch of different things you can go through. So notice the different designs. We'll just keep it what it is, super sport. But yeah, that is the center. Now here is the infotainment system. First off, if we actually pop it into reverse, you can see we've got a backup camera with trajectory lines that do turn with the steering wheel. And then if we go into drive, notice it pops on the front camera. So having a full 360 camera system, I think is fantastic. There's just so many different camera views. It's not a huge car, so you really don't need it, but it's nice to have. Now this is a touchscreen, so if you want to use it as a touchscreen, you can. And let's see if this has massaging seats. I don't think so. Yeah, just the seat kinetics, got ambient lighting too. But there's also the keypad and then also the steering wheel control. So there's like 3 different ways to basically control the infotainment system. Mercedes like doubles down on the controls quite a bit, but there you go. We've got our 3 vents here in the center portion with all the black trim. Then you got your stop start, and you can turn off the auto stop start too if you want. And then you can see with the leather trim there at the top of the dash, and then down below, definitely cool from an aesthetic perspective. All of our climate controls here in this area, and then we've got some extra storage space right there. We've got a couple of cup holders, and then we have our secondary control, well, tertiary control, because we'll say this is the first, that's the second, and then this is the third for the infotainment system. Then you got your manual shift function there, stability control, and then we have our drive mode select, which here's the different drive modes you can go into. So here at the bottom you got your Sport Plus, Sport, Comfort, Individual, and then Slippery from a drive mode perspective. And then we have our center console, pretty normal, opens up either side. You got some stitching there. Normal glove box as well. I've been over that in several Mercedes models, so we don't need to touch that. And then you can see you've got a pretty big sunroof here at the top. You got the control right there for it, and there you go. Now if you want the most up-to-date price on this particular CLA, just check out National GMC's website in the description down below. Let's see how she drives. Let's quickly talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility of the hood. Both mirrors, which do blind spot monitoring. And then throughout the rest of the rear. And let's set off. So, heading off in the CLA 35 AMG. I had to say that all, you know, crazy like. Anyways, first off, we're gonna make a lot of comparisons to the A-Class because Mercedes is getting rid of the A-Class, claiming that the CLA and the A-Class are just too similar and it doesn't make sense to sell both of them. So we'll see if that's the case. First off, dual clutch is not great at low speeds. Once you get up and moving though, it is quick to shift. We're gonna pop it into the Sport Plus setting. We're actually gonna, okay, we're good. And we're gonna see how this thing accelerates. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And it did some popples out of the back too. This thing's quick. Wow. This thing is really quick. Man, you do not expect to hear that kind of noise out of a 2-liter 4-cylinder. Goodness gracious. And look at the turn in on this car. Look at that. Oh, I love this thing. I'm in love with this thing. This is such a cool car. My goodness. Wow, Mercedes. And you can, wow. This thing just does it all. Okay, I'm gonna, okay, actually we have a button here for that. Okay, got it back into automatic. We're gonna put it into comfort and cap things off and compare this to the A-Class. That was fun. Thank you, National GMC, for letting me have some fun in my workday. So first off, from an exterior aesthetics perspective, if you weren't like well versed with Mercedes models, you could actually mistake the CLA and the A-Class. Like, they look very similar. Interior, similar, but the thing with the CLA is that it just seems a little bit smaller. Like the driver area, it seems about the same, but like the passenger area in the back seems a little bit smaller compared to the A-Class. And then as for this AMG, I mean, you guys saw, this is like a riot to drive. This is one of the like most exciting cars I have driven this year. It's just, it's so fun. Actually, I think I put it back in. Okay, so now we're in automatic mode. So yeah, it's just amazing from a driving perspective. It's fun. It gets great fuel economy. Like, this car does everything. So if you want an awesome daily driver that's also really fun, that's what this gives you, just like the AMG version of the A-Class. The A-Class just seems like it's a little bit bigger, so I guess that's more practical than this. There you go. Now that's gonna sum things up for our video on this Mercedes AMG CLA 35. Hopefully I didn't say 45 at any point in the video. I'm kind of scared now. But anyways, again, a huge shout out and thank you to the National GMC for giving me some time with this vehicle. Check out the inventory in the description down below. I'll see all of you in the next video.